Hello, welcome to March. Welcome to our church update. Our weekly update is intended to help you connect with our church and give a brief preview of our focus for the upcoming Sunday service. This week, we focus on the Spirit-filled life, and we also participate together in communion. Through the symbols of bread and wine, we remember Jesus' sacrifice for us, and we also remember the freedom and forgiveness that he provides. In 2 Corinthians 3, 17 to 18, we read, "Now the Lord is Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And we all who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory are being transformed into his image with ever-increasing glory which comes from the Lord, who is Spirit." A few things happening this week. Our Sunday School, of course, is happening for children kindergarten through grade 6. It's held during the message portion of the service. The midweek Bible study held Wednesdays at 1:30. That's a study by Michael Card, the author and songwriter, and it's on the person of Peter, called A Fragile Stone. And then on this Sunday afternoon, the Senior Girls Bible Study, that's on the book of Mark, is happening at 3 to 5 p.m. at the church facility. We're developing a picture wall to help our church family get to know one another. We'd love to include you and your family on that picture wall. So over the next month or so, we'll be taking pictures of people on Sunday, or you can submit a picture, submit it to the church office at office@tofieldalliancechurch.com. And coming up on March 12th, there's a baptism service. If you would like to be baptized, talk to us this Sunday, and we could have a discussion with you and include you on that day. As well, on March 19th, we're having a guest speaker, Gary Reimer. He has spoken here before, so looking forward to having him. March is Food Bank Month for our church. We welcome donations of food and funds to the food bank at any time, but we give special attention to it in March. Area churches each have a month-long focus, and through that, the food bank receives a steady supply of both funds and food. So thank you for supporting our community in this way. We had our annual meeting this past week. It included a time of business, it included a time of discussion as we considered the priorities for the coming year. Big thank you to all who participated, your observations, your ideas. It's going to help us focus our energies. Annual meeting includes a time of election of leaders, and so we welcome Mike Jansen, who was elected to the Board of Elders. I want to say a little bit about donations. In the email version of there's a summary of all different giving categories. We want to thank you for your generous support to the ministries of our church and to many ministries beyond our church walls. The general fund, of course, covers the cost of building ministries, staff for our church. We have this year a piano and sound fund. It's a project to upgrade our piano, to make other improvements in sound and media. We've got a goal of $10,000 on that. We have a benevolent fund. Donations to this fund are always welcome, but we currently have a healthy balance in that fund, and we will inform the congregation when there are more needs and when giving to that area again becomes a priority. The Global Advance Fund covers housing, salary, and travel costs for international workers of the Alliance Canada. The All Nations Centre is a ministry centre in Edmonton dedicated to welcoming new Canadians and helping them hear about Jesus. Bellevue Lodge is a camp located about 160 kilometers from Tofield. It's near St. Paul. It was not able to operate during COVID, but plans are underway to resume camps under the direction of area churches. The Tofield and Area Food Bank, I've already mentioned. In March, we're giving special attention to that for either groceries or monetary donations. The Global Emergency Response Fund is a fund administered by the Alliance Canada to provide support for areas in the world facing crisis. Donations just marked GERF, or Global Emergency Response Fund, will be directed to where it's needed most, but presently you can also designate either to Turkey and Syria or to the Ukraine, and it will go to efforts for earthquake relief or for the efforts supporting refugees from the war in the Ukraine. This weekend, we're talking about the Spirit-filled life. We're called to be filled with the Spirit, to live by the Spirit. We learn to do so by seeing how Jesus lived by the Spirit. At the outset of his ministry, he told a congregation gathered at the synagogue in his hometown of Nazareth that the Spirit of the Lord was upon him. So what did that look like? How did people respond? I encourage you to read Luke 4:14 through 30, reflect on the Spirit-filled life of Jesus, and what the implications may be for us as we seek to live a Spirit-filled life. In Romans it says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Thank you for taking time for this update. Thanks for joining on Sundays, whether you join in person or online, Sundays at 10. And if you can't join in person or online, you can always catch our services later on our YouTube channel. Take care. God bless.